Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Rod Heffer. And Rod, I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're enjoying this season so far. The last few days have been a freaking dumpster fire and it's just for you. So thanks so much for your support, and if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so yesterday they had the power veto ceremony. Kevin did not use the veto, even though there was all this hype about like maybe him using it and then Bruno ending up being the replacement nominee, but it didn't happen, so don't get excited. But anyway, Ika lets Kevin know William's really hurt right now that not only did you not use the power veto, but you freaking lied to him about it. So then she gets a little crafty with it. She's like, you can probably fix your relationship by voting out Dylan this week. Okay. That's funny. But Ika's like, Dre obviously cares about her friend William, so if you're genuine with William, then Dre will like you. And you can show that you're genuine with William by voting out Dylan this week. So Kevin's like, yeah, I don't know if I can do that, but I do really care about William. Do you? Because you keep saying in the DR that you're using him, and it's disgusting. But anyway, William, Ika, and Emily were in the HOH room, and again, they're telling Emily that her allies are campaigning for her to go, which is true. So they're definitely trying to scoop up Emily. They're trying to see if they can get the votes to keep her because they know that she could be a number for their side now. So they're telling her, you need to go be Jackie's best friend because she could be an important vote here. Excuse me. So Emily leaves. She goes away to work on that. And Ika tells William about her conversation with Kevin. She's like, yeah, Kevin said he genuinely cares about you, so you need to keep using this. Pretend that what he's doing is working, even if you don't believe it. So they're definitely both using each other at this point. But I feel like Kevin's usually the one that initiates, like, the romantic stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just me hating on Kevin Martin. I don't know. I love how Karen always calls Kevin Kevin Martin, so I want to start doing that. Alright, but anyway, Dre and Demetrius join in on the conversation, and they're thinking that it's going to be really tough to get Jackie's vote. They think that she's going to vote with the other side and get rid of Emily, but there is that possibility that whichever person stays, Emily or Dylan, will work with them, because Dre was telling them about the Bruno, Emily, Dylan confrontation out by the hot tub after the power veto ceremony, and she's like, yeah, they were yelling at each other. Dylan was saying that he was going to put up Kevin and Bruno if he ends up staying, so they're like, ooh, we can scoop one of them up. Alright, so then, this is pretty interesting, guys. This is where things get crazy. Netta and Cindy were swapping info about Ika. It's about damn time! So Netta's like, yeah, Ika has told me that she is keeping Dre to go after Bruno and Kevin. Like, that's a thing that's happening. She's been very open about that with me. And also she's been complaining about you to me. Uh-oh. So then Cindy's like, yeah, well, Ika's been saying shit about you to me as well. So she tells her that Ika's been saying that Netta thinks that there's a Season 3 alliance and that she's been pushing a Season 2 alliance with her. And Netta's like, hold on a second. No, she's the one that's always bringing up people from our season and like talking about how we should work together and stuff. So like, And then they agree, you know, Ika's really just trying to make them not trust each other. So like, we can't let this happen. We need to make sure that we keep the lines of communication open here because Ika is really freaking good at talking. So then Jackie interrupts them with iced coffee. Has Jackie made pizza yet? I want to see a professional pizza maker at work. Alright, but anyway, all the important information already came out before she came in. So then Kevin and Bruno were talking in the blue room, and they still 100% want Dylan to stay. But Bruno brings up that Ika's really pushing for Dylan to go. So they're like, I gotta give you a little taste of Ika in there. So they're saying like, even if we can get Dylan to stay this week, which they're pretty confident that they can now, they're gonna have to talk some sense into him because he is running around the house saying that he's gonna get rid of Kevin and Bruno and that his former allies suck and all this stuff. So they're like, we need to freaking rein him back in. So then Kevin brings up, there's a freaking war going on right now between Netta and Ica. They both have their armies, and I have to agree, it is definitely becoming the Netta and Ica war. This is what we saw this happening during week 1, right? We were like, wow, these two are going to freaking butt heads. It's pretty damn entertaining, though, I will say that. So then Netta joins them, and she's pissed about how Dylan and Emily are acting right now. They are acting like freaking children. They can't grasp the idea that Kevin would not use the veto on them because Bruno would go up in their place. Like, what do you not get? So she says that they're messing around with people's food, and Dylan's saying that he peed in the pool. Really? That's disgusting if that's true. But anyway, she tells them about her conversation with Cindy, how they were comparing notes on Ica. Of course, the guys are like, yeah, Ica sucks. She sucks. So then Netta says, guys, this is the day to pull Cindy back in. You need to hop on that anti-Ica bandwagon because it's working right now. So make sure we lock in Cindy's vote right here, right now. And just make up shit if you have to secure Cindy. Say that Ica's been, like, spreading crap about her. It's fine. It's worth it. Alright, so then, at this point, Netta is basically ready to cut Ica and Dimitri's loose. They're talking about possible nominees if they win the next HOH. They're not sure if they would... They have a couple of options here. They're not sure if they would put up Dre and William, Damika, or Dre and Ica. I don't know. Leave it in the comments what you would do if you were them. But a little while later, the feeds cut into this conversation between Ica and Netta. And it sounds like they were talking about who should go this week. And then things get a little heated. Netta's like, every time I voice my opinion, you get mad about it. So Ica says, well, I feel the same way about you. I feel like you're always freaking getting mad about my opinions. So Netta's like, honestly, I don't care who goes this week at this point. Like, whatever. So Ica says, why are you getting so upset if you don't care? And then Netta's like, why are you giving me attitude? And Ica says, maybe you should look in the mirror. Woo! Alright, so things get a little more heated. Ica's raising her voice. Netta brings up this comment. She heard that Ica said that she's done with Netta, and Ica's like, I never said that. Who told you that? Cindy? And Netta's like, no, it wasn't Cindy. Was it Cindy? But she's like, no, it wasn't Cindy. So Ica's like, well, don't be coming to me saying that I said these things and not giving me a name of who said it. So she starts kind of raising her voice a little bit, and Netta's just like, what the hell? Like, she gets out, she runs out of there. She does not want some sort of screaming match. So Ica's just like, enjoy the effing hot tub. So Netta goes to the hot tub. She tells the rest of the vets what happened because they're all out there. And of course, Jackie was there too. She's very conveniently in these conversations lately. And of course, they're all saying like, Ica's nuts. Yeah, she sucks. So it was just perfect that Cindy and Jackie were both there for this conversation because those are the two votes that they're trying to secure this week for Dylan to stay. Alright, so then a little while later, we've got Karen and Ica having a game chat outside. And I gotta say, I'm like super excited that Karen and Ica have gotten so close now that Gary's gone because Karen could have just like been pushed away to the side, but I'm really glad that they're working together because Karen is a freaking gem. So anyway, Ica's like, we need to win this next HOH competition. It's going to be the two of us, Dimitri's and Dre, against everyone else. So Ica is freaking fuming at this point. She's like, if we do win HOH, we should freaking go for Netta, put up either Netta and Bruno or Netta and Kevin and just take her out. Because everybody's assuming that it's going to be a double eviction this week, which it is, and that the second person will be the first member of the jury, which is highly likely. So they're like, wow, we can go after Netta now. So then Karen's like, that sounds good, but she tweaks it a little bit. She feels like they should try to not piss off Kevin and Bruno and put up Netta and Cindy instead, and then they can still have Netta be the target. Alright. So then Dylan and Netta were chatting in the bathroom, and what do you know? Dylan admits that he does want to stay after all. But he's not going to campaign against Emily. So he wants to stay, but he's not going to do the work to make it happen. Typical. But Netta is glad that he's not giving up because, let's be real, they were not going to vote him out anyway, even if he said he wanted to go. He did end up making up with Bruno. So it seems like, what's his face? Dylan will still work with the vets, but it seems like Emily is definitely going to flip over to Ika and Dre and William and all them if she does stay. Interesting. Alright, so anyway, Dylan is then outside with Netta, Kevin, and Bruno, and Dylan's like, guys, I'm sorry, I had a moment of weakness, and they're all like, it's good, it's fine, we've all been there, we all have your back, and we're voting to keep you this week. Even if people are telling you that we're not, we are, because they have this plan where they want to make it seem like they're keeping Emily, but they're not. Alright, so they have a couple of instructions here for Dylan. Netta's like, number 1, don't touch my food ever again. She was really pissed that he was messing with like the hot chili flakes and like pickles or something, so don't do that. Also, they tell Dylan, keep making the other side think that they have you because we want them to feel like they're safe, but they're not. Alright, so then a little while later, Ika is by herself sitting by the pool. And this was actually really funny. She's rehearsing for her reconciliation with Netta. She's like practicing her fake crying, practicing what she's gonna say. She's like, I'm gonna have to channel my inner Sabrina. Go home to your dog. I haven't pulled that out in a while. But anyway, Ika's talking to herself. She's like, I should have just kept my mouth shut, but now I have to cry. Alright, so she's got to make this believable when she talks to Netta, but I don't think she's really sorry or anything. So Ika pulls Netta aside to talk, and right away she starts with the fake tears. It was like a bit too much because we never see Ika cry. So I feel like she could have dialed it back a little bit to make it more realistic, but she was full on like, and then you look over at Netta, not crying at all. So Ika apologizes for raising her voice. She's like, I got upset when I saw you spending time with Jackie, and Netta's just like, because you avoid me all day long. And then Ika's saying, I don't have anyone in this house except for you. I don't want to lose you. Girl, don't even be saying that when you're freaking with Demetres all the time and like best friends with Dre and William. It's just not believable. But anyway, Ika's saying, I love you in this game. I love you outside of this house. She's swearing up and down and on her kids that she hasn't told the other side of the house about the 6. She swears that she's not loyal to the other side. She is with the 6. And Netta's like, well, you should still vote with Dre and Karen this week, you know, to get rid of Dylan because you don't want to ruin all this work that you've done on them. Alright, I think honestly Netta just wants like more excuses to target Ika and Demetres in the future. But the big question here is, did Netta buy any of this? I'm going to say no. Alright, leave it in the comments. But anyway, there was one other like weird thing that happened last night. Dre, I believe, was trying to talk game with Bruno, which like almost never happens, and he was like, what, you want like an alliance? And she was like, no, I just want to make some sort of deal, like I'll keep you safe, you keep me safe. And she was telling Ika about this conversation, and Ika was getting really pissed at Dre. I think this is, I'm not 100% sure on what was happening here, but it sounds like Dre was sharing information with Bruno that she got from Ika. And like the only way that she would have gotten this information would be from Ika and Demetres. So Ika's now worried that this is gonna, you know, really mess up her thing with the 6 and like blow her cover. So she was pretty pissed about that, and Dre felt really bad about it. Okay, so then this morning, Netta was catching Bruno up on everything. She told him about the conversation with Ika, and guess what? She did not fall for it. She said, I think she was saying that she did believe that Ika's tears were real, but she thought she was just crying because she realized that she effed up her game. So then she was like, we need to make sure if Ika has the same conversation with Cindy, Cindy won't fall for it. So they're going to keep pretending that Dylan's going home, but they're keeping him. Alright, moving on. Today is Bruno's actual birthday, so happy birthday to Bruno. The house guests put together a little spread by the hot tub. They brought him out to the backyard and sang happy birthday to him. He cried. And Netta made a banner with her makeup and some wax paper that's like, happy birthday, Bruno. Woo. Alright, so then just as predicted, Ika pulls Cindy aside. They have a little chat in the pink room, and there were a lot of different things they were talking about here, hashing out, talking about the confrontation with Netta, the backwards week vote where Cindy's vote was exposed, and she was like, yeah, Netta said that you were pissed and I was telling you to lie about it, and Cindy's like, I wasn't pissed. So they were just like clearing things up, and you could tell though, Ika was definitely trying to pull Cindy back in. So then Cindy was telling Bruno and Kevin all about it, and they're just like, I knew this was gonna happen, like, you can't fall for this shit. So Cindy's like, yeah, Ika was really cool, like, she told me that I can vote out Emily if that's what I want to do, and it's fine, but I might lose trust with Dre. And Bruno's like, don't you see what she's doing? There was never any trust there with Dre anyway, so like, what's the big deal? She's pulling some reverse psychology shit here. She knows that she effed up. She's just trying to get numbers to build up her side. And during this conversation, Cindy was really like defending Ika, so you know Bruno is like freaking out on the inside. But anyway, we're 2 days away from the eviction. As of right now, it looks like Dylan will be staying and Emily is going. But leave it in the comments what you guys want to see happen, what you think is going to happen. And until tomorrow, much love.